Hello, everyone. You should be able to hear me now because now the stream sound hasn't been eaten by Streamlabs. Um, how we doing tonight? It is a Saturday night. We are back with our wonderful, wonderful Agapia crew. We are here for some more Song of Agapia's Fortune. And I am your friendly neighborhood Prax. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for being with us tonight. We're going to go around, let everybody introduce themselves, say who they'll be playing, and we'll get started that way. And I feel like we should mix things up a little bit tonight. Why don't we start with Lynn? Hey, Lynn, how are you? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Happy to be back. See what further trouble we can get into. Last time we had some good revelation. I can't wait to see what we're gonna get up to. But yeah. I'm Lynn, Gremlin Art, she, they, and tonight I am playing part of Team Fun, Fiorella, Bell Ember, Bard, Glamour, she, her.
That will be one part of Team Fun. Another portion of Team Fun is the always wonderful and fabulous PB. How you doing tonight, PB?
Hi, I'm doing well and I'm excited and to see what shenanigans we get into today now that we have a lot of pieces on the table. Now we just have to figure out what we're gonna do with them. I'm playing Tibian today, Tibian Van Tuinen, and they use she, they pronouns, and I am a monk who is always ready to have fun, no matter what that means. They're just ready. Always.
They are indeed ready to have fun in the best possible ways, and we'll see what kind of fun they get up to tonight. Then we're gonna jump over to team the middle ground, which is Team Chill with Chris. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing pretty well. Happy to be back. Excited to see where we're headed next, and maybe save some divine casters. I mean, that's kind of the goal.
Yeah, it's a goal. One of many that are on the table for you. We'll see what happens. We're taking bets, people. And then shifting into Team Hidden Secrets with Tall Squall. Hey Jay, how you doing tonight?
Pretty good. I am happy to be back and looking forward to what other shoes, bodies, innards are going to drop tonight.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. There are innards. A lot of them were found. But, you know, interesting things happened.
I mean, some of them were put back together into a living person, so you know.
Yep, some of them were put back together into a living person, some of them not so much. And jumping into Team Grumpy, with we're gonna go to Hannah. Hannah, we're glad you could come back and join us tonight.
Thank you for having me back.
Always.
I am Hannah, Hannimation Art, she, her, and in this campaign I am playing Bardlock, Bard, I guess, for as far as anybody knows, Malik Ibsali, who is he, him pronouns.
And then last but never least, the other half of Team Grumpy. Hey Pope, how you doing? How's life for you?
Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope World on Twitter, Pope World on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. Great to be back here with the Agapia crew playing Bandit vs. the Grey. Both of us use he, him pronouns, and the problems list is greater than the surveys for Family Feud. Let's see which ones that we can get knocked off today.
Survey says... Very interesting question. When last we left everyone 2 weeks ago, we unfortunately were not here last week because a very large thing called a hurricane came through. But we're glad everyone is here and safe and we can get back to playing together. But last we left off, everyone was in the private quarters of Princess Arnora. Arnora herself was out of the room. You had discovered some information. You had had a, well, fruitful conversation with both Cyprian Kraus, who is the headmaster of the Academy of Magic, a close personal friend of the Emperor, and, you know, basically his court wizard. He provided some very interesting information, the most pressing of which, I guess, is the fact that the Emperor is likely to die in the next 2 weeks when a deal that he made comes due. There's no way around that small problem, although it might not be small any longer. And then you also had another beneficial conversation with Lord Ditmar, the Imperial Secretary, who apparently is now a very big fan of Theo, at least for the moment. That could change. And who provided some information, general information, and promised to provide you a list of, you know, who was invited, who didn't show up, who put the general list of who put who on, you know, if somebody in particular got added by a particular individual outside of the general, you know, this is the list of important people kind of list. That list would be coming to you in this room. The other thing that you also had a very pleasant conversation with is Yelena, who is a very close, personal, dear friend of Bandibus the Grey, was able to provide some little bit of information to Thorn about her being the individual who ensured that there would be, you know, his privacy would be as protected as possible on intra-imperial mail. And that led to a certain revelation. And I believe it was at that point that we ended for the evening. My next question for all of you is, you're in this room. What would you like to do now?
All right, so we've got a lot to go through. So possibility of a second sundering is on the list, but that is towards the bottom. More pressing is probably preventing a war and finding the 21 missing divine casters. So I'm going to go and cast a spell and see if I can't, you know, head off possible martial conflict. And I leave you capable folks to try and find a plan of attack for the 21 missing probable sacrifices. So, if you will excuse me, I'm going to go and find a nice quiet corner and cast a spell at a person that hates spells. Bye!
Do you leave the room?
Oh, yes.
Does anybody stop him? Or go with him?
No, I don't.
I don't think so.
Okay. So Bandibus is off. I know where Bandibus is going. We'll come back to that in a minute. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, we have a bunch of documents that we need to sort through in order to maybe find a lead to where the divine casters have gone. I don't know if there's anything in there that's worthwhile, but we won't know until we look.
Well, and perhaps as Tibian, I know you said you were close to one of them. Perhaps we could try to scry on where they might be.
Absolutely, we can try. I'm willing, although I'm again not the magic type.
Oh, but certainly anything you could provide will increase the chances.
I mean, success relies in familiarity, as I understand. Yes?
You, mechanically speaking, for scrying, you can either have personal knowledge or you can have a physical connection of some sort.
I was gonna say, didn't you have a thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a. I mean, if the necklace works, then have at it.
Oh, that's not my specialty, but there's certainly enough casters, if not in our little group, then even in this room, who could perhaps help.
I'm not much of a diviner, but
And if I had that familiarity with him that Tibian did, that wouldn't be a problem. But I don't think I've ever met them.
Tibian has the necklace. Tibian has the necklace.
Oh, I was talking about sending like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sending. Yeah.
I mean,
So, okay, and if nothing else, I mean, Bandabras, if he comes back in one piece, it easily help us.
Well, and Yelena's right here, right?
Yep, Yelena is standing right here, and she is looking at you like, I'm sorry, that's not my skill set.
But you would know someone. I mean, the schools of the college certainly has a head of divination.
Yes. They do, or we did. It was.
Oh no! Am I running after Bandabras?
I think you might have to. You might, if you run fast enough, we might be able to get him.
If I run fast, no, I'm already out the door.
and like Yelena was about to turn and just cast message down the hall because there's no way Bandabras, unless he teleported, could get far enough away. But she's like, "No, you're running. You're faster."
I'm like bounding down the hallway on the jaunty jog to go grab Bandabras.
Did you, out of curiosity, cast teleport, Bandabras?
No. I was going to do another sending because teleport is a far more permanent situation. And I would like to be at least a county away from Iago's wrath. So I would not get so close.
Mm-hmm. So as you were walking down the hallway, you would hear the. Well, no, you might not. How? Because you can have traceless. You don't make sound when you run, right? What is that?
Oh, I have no clue.
No,
maybe.
I'm confusing it with something else. That's my fault. You have other skills. You have so many other things that make you just the fastest thing in the world, the fastest halfling in the world, literally.
Brandis is by the end of this gonna know what those footsteps sound like from anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's the fast moving. Vandabris is in front of you. He's walking, but he's not running, so there's no way he can get away from you.
Terrifying.
Look, her base speed is just ungodly.
I just I jog up, and as soon as I'm next to Vandabris, I'm like, "Hi, hello, Vandabris again." So, probably about 10 seconds after you left, we realized, we need a diviner who can possibly try to scry on where, possibly the clerics are.
We will need to, if we're going to scry, I'm going to need to go to my office. Let me just do this one exceptionally unpleasant thing, and then we can go to the next unpleasant
Okay.
thing.
I'll run back and tell the rest of the group. So Banderas can do it. He just requires we be in his office, I guess. But first he wants to do the thing with whoever he's sending a message to.
I believe he's probably sending a message to Lord Iago.
Oh. That should be pleasant.
Unfortunate for his sake. Well,
I mean, they have a very pleasant, cordial relationship, for accounts, you know. He spends his vacations in Portel.
with the magic user.
Well, he has permissions. Cortel doesn't ban hate. Well, that's not true.
I think Feel gives her Feel's been in the vicinity of Cortel. It's not.
Look, if you have permissions from Iago and the rest of the royal government, then it's not a problem.
Only if.
Yeah, it's a non-existent problem. It's whatever. You want to do scrying, and is there anything else you want to do? Or do you need me for anything, or can I try and figure out what possible other problem might be attached to... Pope, remind me, you did inform them of the deal that's coming due, correct?
I informed Elena. I didn't
We
necessarily
don't
inform the
know.
group.
Okay.
We don't know.
Of a other issue that's apparently going to be on my plate, because it's not like I have enough to do. So- Do you still need me?
Oh, I don't think we do. You seem awfully busy, and work doesn't stop when there is a crisis, right?
No. Apparently I have to go plan a wedding. And possibly a funeral. I don't like
Whose
my cousins
wedding?
this much.
Whose wedding? Who's
Alexander's.
getting wed?
Oh, yeah.
Who is Alexander marrying?
Question.
No one knows.
Last I heard, he was going through a large stack of proposals.
Yes, most of those were rejected out of hand, but there was... Very odd.
Speaking of, I think I was asked to talk to your sister.
No, her niece.
No, her sister because of her niece.
Oh, sorry, that's right. And she looks at you going,
Your niece sent a letter to which Alexander felt uncomfortable replying.
Evandra sent a letter.
A proposal.
You just see this, look come over her face, I didn't need to deal with this. And then she's like, I'm just gonna take this moment to be like, how badly scented was it?
He'll pull it out from the bottom of the stack and hand it to her.
Well, it could be worse, right? It's not over... Well... Okay, maybe she makes up for it, the lack of scenting in text.
Yes, and you don't need to deal with it. I was asked to gently discuss it with her mother.
Well, I will get my sister. Irina is a very... Not going to tolerate that. I don't want... Thank you very much for dealing with that. Well, I'll go get Irina while I go deal with that problem, and then I shall...
Or just direct me where I can find her. You don't need to bother yourself.
The Irina has probably in guest quarters that they came for the coronation, so they were here the other night, and So yes, they'd probably be in the guest quarters in the East Wing.
Thank you. And he'll reach back for the letter.
She would hand it to you, and there's just this look of like, thank you for dealing with this problem that I don't want to deal with at all.
And he'll just nod to her and then turn to the rest of the group and say, all right, well, I guess we're off to Brandibus's office. If we can swing by the guest quarters. I need to swing by the guest quarters on my way.
Okay. I shall accompany Bandabras, and make sure he doesn't trip over his feet and like break a hip or something. And
Yelena will laugh at that.
it has been a pleasure meeting you, Yelena. I look forward to speaking to you again.
Thank
Nice.
you very much. I look forward to it as well.
I zoom out of the room, back to catch up with Bandabras.
All I can picture in my head is that video is an image of a very large cantankerous Saint Bernard, and then just a tiny little Westland Sheltie zooming around it.
Accurate.
Now I'm picturing a Saint Bernard with a giant gray hat.
I want this art now. Sorry. So, we know what Tyrion and Bandabras are doing. We know what Javieth is doing. What are Malik, Theo, Thorn? What are you pretty fine people doing this evening, afternoon, time of day?
I assumed we were going with Tibian to find Bandabras.
Okay, so you're going with Tyrion to find Bandabras.
So, when Tibian came back, I mean, I guess Thorn is most interested in the scry of where we need to go next. If there is, I mean, if there's not an intent for Bandabras to come back here, I guess he's going to his office. Then I think suddenly, whether he likes it or not, I guess we're all tagging along because our next steps, I think, are it's the we're in the where to next portion.
Yep.
I think as we leave, I think Theo's going to approach Thorns. I was gonna pick up some more refreshments for this scrying, some supplies maybe. Would you mind accompanying me?
Not at all.
And I think once we split up are kind of like on our own.
Yep.
No, I didn't expect that. Who you were came as a surprise. You being so young looking, but I have heard of you being who you are. You must know a lot about strange goings-ons with mysteries back home.
Well, there are quite a few. I try to stay out of the noble's way. Again, not wanting to rise back to any place where my family, my old family, is in scrutiny. But apparently they have once again decided to begin to play the game of politics and empires.
Yes, I know that life pretty well, but on a much smaller scale. But this is something a personal matter, and I would really not want this to get out necessarily, so I would require your discretion.
Of course. I do know how to keep a secret, but maybe not as well as I'd thought.
Well, keep your secrets more better than a lot of people here, so. You've been around for
132 years.
Yes. No matter, have you heard anything about people disappearing for a period of time and then reappearing days, weeks later? Unharmed, but confused.
I mean, there are always rumors of such things, and around Giardan, the incursions from the lower planes seem to sometimes ripple into tears leading elsewhere. And as little as I know about it, there are realms beyond our own where time doesn't work the same.
So nothing is specific, just rumor.
Nothing that I've personally experienced other than my own situation. Lingering for longer than I should.
Sure, you've heard the rumors of the disappearing noble girl in Fjordan before.
There have been a few, but which one specifically?
She'll give you a look.
Oh.
I would inquire with the wizards, but you bring up these things, they tend to look at you like you're some sort of problem, some specimen to be looked at, so.
Well,
Been through that once, don't want to go through that again.
They tend to think it's their duty to solve. I've hidden myself as best as possible with the magics of gods to conceal me, but apparently even that can be fallible in the face of this college. Sometimes I think that the Duke had it right to not trust all that he saw at the Exposition of Wonders back almost a century ago. He'd only been to one or two, but he was disturbed by the arcane wonders. Certainly flashy, wonderful, exceptional, powerful.
Beautiful and frightening.
Yes. All the beauty and horror that such works can bring. How were you? How long was this noble person gone?
I mean, we can talk. Missing since I was 13 to 16. few here weeks here and there. Could be gone for less than a day. Sometimes 2-3 weeks at a time.
No memory of where you were.
No. I do wonder if it's tied to what I do. Do what I do. The only one in my family that can do this.
The things inside us often manifest in interesting ways. What's inside of me was once described as an eel trapped in a net. And it was a living thing. And yet it's manifested in this way. Yours, in the beauty of your performance and the powers you wield. But whether it is something wonderful or horrible, just like those arcane miracles, it's what we make of it.
Yes. I do not care if it's beautiful or horrible, as long as it remains mine and my will only.
I understand that one too. The Vermilion Blade is... it takes control. That's all it can see is power. Power and ambition, and to bring about its original master's will.
It's quite a responsibility.
Hmm.
All this time.
Well, I rid myself of it, but I worry for whoever might have it now, or whoever it's seeking out, who thinks they either can control it, or who has given in to its plans.
Well, one can hope that it's slumbering, unfound, unused. All this is just to try and find it.
I would hope so.
Best let those things be buried. Give us some rest.
That's good advice for the both of us, perhaps.
Can I get a wisdom saving throw from Thorn, Malik, and Ben?
Well,
So
where's my roll?
27, 28, and a 7.
Sorry, I didn't mean to roll it twice.
It's okay. Cool, good to know. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Well, like I said, we can get some refreshments for the spell. So sometimes it can be a little trying, and it's much like, having a hangover. It's good to have something to lessen after effects.
Agreed.
It's been a while since I've seen a scrying, so it should be interesting.
I figure we head off to go find either someone who can grab something for us, or whatever we can scrounge on our wealth, and then probably we'll have to ask around to find Brandibus's office.
Well, Bandabrus does not have an office in the palace. He does have an office in the academy.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm assuming you all have to make your way to the academy. Yelena would have said this right before you left. Mm-hmm. Like his office, she would have given you directions specifically to his tower at the academy. Abjuration isn't quite, the most popular of schools, but it isn't like it's divination.
Okay. So I wouldn't enter until Bandibus arrives to allow us in. So if we're waiting outside until he gets there.
Well, we're gonna scooch over to Javier. Javi.
Indeed. Hmm.
One of the guards can very easily direct you to the apartments of Lady Irina and her daughter, Evandra. Are you going by yourself, or is any of the others going with you?
I believe that I'm on my own, unless someone wishes to correct me on that.
All right. The quarters you come in, you have to go out of the main palace and from the Imperial wing that you were in, closer to the ballroom that the events of last evening occurred in.
Mm-hmm.
Along one of the heavy stone hallways, arrow slits that kind of connect these, what really are disparate buildings, into a larger complex, right? There's this more public hall building, and then the more private Imperial wing, and then this guest wing, all of which are kind of these enclosed hallways with a few arrow slits, and not that there's been a threat to Visava in over 1,000 years. No one's had a standing army big enough that could come through, and there hasn't been a raid problem. Raiders haven't been a problem, but it still was at one point a fortified, fortification.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way into the guest quarters. One of the guards will direct you to the rooms of Lady Irina. Very simple. Well, I mean, simple for, nobles' guest quarters in the palace of an Imperium like Varum is a little ostentatious, I'm not going to lie. It's not quite schlocky, but it's, the only thing that saves it from that is it's not painted multiple colors or, embedded with multiple glasswork and gemstones.
Gotcha. Well, I will do my best to unassumingly make my way there and very gently knock on the door.
Yes, come in, please.
As I enter, I will nod to the to whoever it was that greeted me.
You open the door, and it's a suite. So there's like a small sitting room, and then you can see doors to either side. But there's a moderate-sized fireplace and with a low table off to the left. A slightly overstuffed chair. Not quite an armchair, but they have like those slightly lower sides and a little bit rounder, not high enough in the back, but just almost a semicircular overstuffed kind of chair. Seated in it is this who stands as you come in. She looks similar to Yelena, same long dark hair. But there's a sharpness to her features that Yelena doesn't seem to have. She puts down what looks to be like embroidery of some sort
Gotcha.
on the table next to her, and she goes, yes, how may I help you?
My name is Javier. I am a priest of Vestru, and I was sent here on behalf of the heir apparent Alexander to speak with you about a letter that your daughter sent.
A letter? Why would she send a letter to Alexander? She could just walk into... I mean, not just walk in, but...
I believe it's a little bit of a sensitive, emotionally sensitive matter.
Oh, please, won't you come in? I'm Arena. Apologies. Please sit.
Yes. He'll come in and take a seat and set down like the paperwork, kind of tuck it in the seat next to him, but pull out the letter. And he will, having it folded in half, pass it to Irina.
She'll take it, kind of look at you, open it, read it, and her face is just a journey that goes from scandalized to livid to I'm going to kill this child that is mine, even though I'm not actually going to kill them.
As Javieth is watching this, he'll say very calmly, "To my knowledge, only Alexander and myself have read the letter. And he wanted me to ensure you that he has no desire whatsoever to make it known that it was sent, because he does not wish for any negative views to be cast upon your daughter or your family."
I thank you for that, sir. I will address this. It will be a non-issue. I thank you for taking the time to address it with me personally.
Yes, it was important to Alexander that this not be done by a guard or page, that someone who he selected would come and do so in a tactful way. So I am here in such a capacity. I want you to know that your confidence is safe with me, and that to be gentle with your daughter.
She was with you right up until that moment, and then you just see her eyebrow raise like, yes, I will.
She was misguided, clearly, but many girls of her age dream of being a queen or empress. They oftentimes don't think about the details necessary that would make this a little awkward, shall we say.
Yes, I will have a very frank conversation with my...
I wish you and your daughter well, and I hope that she can grow from this and channel her exuberance in more productive ways.
Thank you again for discretion. Act. Do let me know if you ever need any. Isn't much, but you have some voice in this city.
Very appreciative. I will be sure to call upon you for your talents if I find need of them. Thank you so much.
Could you just roll me a charisma check, please?
Ooh, we will see what that does. Six.
It doesn't harm you in any way.
He doesn't seem to, like, he seems to be doing his job.
Yeah.
He's not trying to do anything more than just emphasize that this is not intended to be anything more than a misguided
Teenage obsession? Yeah.
teenage obsession. Yeah. So, but beyond that, he's not attempting to do anything else.
Yeah, no, this was just to see if, because you're doing all of these good works around the empire,
Yes.
How's
Don't
your...
remind me.
Yes. I think we should then see where did Bandibus go when he left?
Found one of the least used stairwells and is quickly having thought of words. 21 missing divine casters, 7 dead paladins, 4 of them Zendari. Working on saving and solving. Don't declare war yet, please. Sincerely, Bandibus.
There's a very long pause. You have 14. That's how long it to get your friend to.
You know, I was hoping for more, but I'll take it. Okay, we actually have a clock now. Right.
As soon as you finish talking, Tibian will be like, "Ah, there you are. Hello,
Yes.
Bandibus."
Hi. One last stop before we go to my office. This is complicated.
It's like, where are we going?
To see the soon-to-be emperor.
All right, okay, let's do it.
So you're going to go see Alexander in his rooms, which are not far because you're still in the Imperial Wing.
Yeah, it's just like it is the most awkward of knocks.
One of the guards is standing there, is just like opens and announces you.
Thank you.
Master Bandibus, please come in, sit. I just was speaking with Javieth. You're taking.
Yes, Javieth is great. No time to sit. We'll be moving very quickly today. Just courtesy. So we have 14 days to solve this before Cortel declares war.
He just kind of holds a finger up and goes, "How do you know? How do you know?"
As I spoke with Iago.
And then he just kind of looks around and he snaps his fingers to the door twice, and the guard kind of pokes his head, is like, "Get my brother? We have things to plan. We are going to have unhappy guests soon." Does this mean I can get out of the wedding, Bandibus?
14 days before war, I think we can postpone a wedding. If we can't, please send them to me. I will yell at them thoroughly.
You can just see, like, he's focusing on the small positive here because he understands the import of everything else you just said. He's not in any way downplaying it, but at the same time, it's like, I have this giant pile of running the Empire. I have the issues of everything that's going to happen. I'm supposed to be there's supposed to be a coronation. There's supposed to be all of this. And now we're going to have a war with Cortel. But I really like Iago and I don't really want to fight him. There's that whole kind of moment that you see going on with Alexander.
Also, because the thing that causes me to have courtesy in a sense of, manners is kind of broken at this point.
Right?
Your father is most likely going to die within 2 weeks, if not sooner. It's because of a series of unfortunate events of his own making, somewhat. Krause may also die, but that is just wishful thinking on my part. He has picked a successor, not my first choice, but not my last. And yes, we'll try to head this off as quickly as possible, but this may be because of a giant infernal plot.
Well, you've got your problems, I've got mine.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of looks at Tibian, finally kind of acknowledging Tibian's presence in the room, and goes,
My sympathies?
Thank you. Are you taking nominations for running? What is your feeling on running away to become a pirate and avoiding your issues?
I have been told various times over the past 20 years that no, Tibian, you can't do that. You have a responsibility to your family and the people. Now that does not mean I have not done it. I just did not tell them. So it is up to you. I think it's a great vacation time. Personally.
I will say Europa is lovely this time of year.
We're making a new resort down in Sakal if you ever want to come down and visit for an extended period of time.
That is a future problem that I will have to deal with and will address. It is a nice dream. Or a want of a dream. But I thank you for this information. I will address it. My brother, and he kind of looks and you can see, brother number 2, Agnar, walking in. Look, I was about to go with Arnfin, and I was like, that's not right, it's Agnar. Agnar coming in, and he just makes eye contact with Agnar, and he goes, mobilize the army and call the dwarfs. Portel is displeased.
Oh, by the way, this is a good time to purge anyone who is causing problems with other countries. Just pat Agnar on the shoulder. Assemble your generals, find the problem makers, execute them. Bye.
Agnar just kind of looks like, and then focuses on Alexander, and he closes the door behind the two of you. So the other 4 have made their way towards the academy. You 2 are meeting up with them at the academy. Bendibris, as you walk into the academy, which is like, of course, it's their main boulevard that kind of goes down. If you've ever seen like images of the Champs-Élysées, right? The long open boulevard that connects what was the center of Paris, which actually was the palace at the time, and now it no longer is there, with, you know, this central portion of the rest of the city. And that's kind of the boulevard that you've got going down from the palace to the academy. It's about maybe a mile and a half, not very far. Actually less than that, about half a mile. I was thinking in wrong scope again. And the academy, well, the Imperial Palace definitely still, you see, well, is been updated and, you know, more of a palace than a castle. You still see that fortress, that military bearing, that protective stone structure underneath. The academy isn't that. It's almost a flight of fancy in a city that otherwise is very regimented and structured and designed. The towers kind of are arranged slightly haphazardly. Gravity doesn't seem to be in position for a couple of them. You're pretty sure that entire wing would not be able to function without the magics that currently hold it up.
Highly impractical, all flash, I hate it.
Mm-hmm. What does your tower look like, sir?
There was severe remodeling. It's probably the most martial looking of all of them, and looks like it can actually repel an attack. Much more in keeping with the overall city's aesthetic. It is made of the strongest stone materials that we could find, and definitely has arrow slits running along all of it, because I don't care how powerful a wizard you are, you eventually run out of spell slots.
So you have this tower, as the rest are there to greet you as you kind of make your way into the tower. The door is still locked. There aren't cobwebs or, any sign of disuse in the stairwell itself because you have very good prestidigitation for that. And, a number of students' job is to actually make the place look aesthetically pleasing and clean.
Aesthetically pleasing is less priority. Cleanliness helps.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone needs to get their prestidigitation reps in. So, hello everyone. We're going to do something I haven't done in at least 3 years. It's key and lock turns. Come on in. Place is a place.
It's nice.
Yes. Nice.
It's utilitarian, and should Cortel invade, will be a place people can hold up.
Well,
So,
let us hope we don't have to do that.
given everything that has happened so far, your positivity right now is pleasant, but just. Well, let's go and dust off the table. As we go up, we enter the office at the top, and there is a layer of dust over everything. You can see precisely where he teleported in, because there's footprints. It is very distinct. And then there's this large table in the center. Up on the opposite side of it is a desk, but the table has a massive black silk tablecloth, dust littered all over it. As it goes, cover your mouths, pulls the sheet, revealing a table specifically made for scrying.
But how long has it been since someone's cleaned this place?
At least 5 years.
Sure.
I've seen worse.
I mean, I've
Thank
seen
you.
worse too, but you're in the business.
It's a nice looking table.
Thank you. It's well made locally. But now I need to assemble the device. As he goes over to a cupboard, grabs a stand, a series of candles, some tiny braziers, incense, a number of long matchsticks, and then finally there is a massive black velvet bag. The thing they never tell you about Crystal is actually just how heavy it is. As he takes the ball out of the bag and puts it on the stand. All right. Okay, ready? Now it's just a matter of casting. And for some apparent reason, the etherics that allow this magic to be cast need to be in the mood. So, gather some chairs. Gather in a circle. I'll start lighting and incanting.
Malik. While Bandibris is preparing his casting of scrying, which is at 10 minutes. There's something odd when you walked into this.
Odd? out of place or odd, like I have a bad feeling about this?
You have a bad feeling about those.
Can I insight check, or do I not get that since I failed my wisdom save?
See, here's the thing. You did fail your wisdom save, but you have something on your person that no one else in this room does.
That's true.
Has a couple different little abilities, some of which you know and some of which you don't yet. I mean, it's a very new toy, isn't it?
It is very new.
When Vandebris unveiled that crystal ball and began canting, there was just the slightest hint of pressure. You know, like when you shift and go swimming too deep, or there's winds are too high in the desert and your ears pop. Slightest hint of that. Like you really want to pop your ears at the moment. Wait in the room.
Did anybody else feel there's like a shift in pressure? No.
Can't say
I mean,
that I did.
I mean, my sinuses are a little bit stuffed up thanks to all the dust.
No, it's not like that. It's like something changed.
I'm going to use hearing that, and just as crazy stuff are, I'm going to use one of my charges of divine sense. So good or evil, celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet.
I need to check something. Oh, here we go. This actually does work. It's not a being, but one of the things that you do detect as you pop this thorn within 60 feet of where you currently are in Bandibris's quarters is you detect desecrated ground.
Bandibus, knowing your anger at the coronation, I'm assuming that you wouldn't be pleased about something having desecrated the ground in your tower right over there.
Yeah, about 30 feet to the left.
No, I very much wouldn't like that. Well, it's going to stop the casting now. And he looks at where Thorn points. You. I don't know what you are. I don't know who you are. I really don't care. But at this point, you are being scrubbed from existence.
Does my blind sight pick up anything?
No, there's nothing physically present where you're pointing.
Gotcha.
It is just a place that has been desecrated.
Yep.
Inside his tower.
I'm not sure if anything's still there. Well, my vision isn't infallible. I don't require my eyes to see.
I trust your capability, and at this point, I am very displeased.
Discretion is certainly warranted.
So, a number of things are happening. First, it's ointment time. As we're casting True Seeing.
Okay.
What's here?
Nothing is.
Okay.
Not. You can cast True Seeing, but that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
There is no physical person here, but I would like you to roll me a spellcasting roll. And Javieth, once this is Javieth and Thorn, once you both have seen, had this pointed out to you, could you both please roll me a wisdom saving throw, please and thank you.
17.
No, you rolled 27 first.
Oh, for some reason I'm double rolling. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's roll 20 being weird.
So
11
that
plus
is
7.
16.
So it actually, because of the book, it'll be a 18.
Okay. So with the 18, as he casts True Seeing, Bandibus, you will see something.
Okay.
But Javi, you feel ill. Like you want to vomit. The very air in this, like once this point is pointed out to you, it's an anathema to you on a fundamental level.
Does it remind me of anything else I've encountered that's made me feel similar?
Kind of like the after effect of a little bit of your trip to Novigrad the first time. But without the overwhelming sulfur scent. Thorn, you're fine. Bandibus, once it's pointed out, you will see, and with True Seeing, because I like these things, and I like to, one of the things I do like is to make things a little bit more fun and descriptive, even within the bounds of the spell and what it does. And True Seeing lets you see the truth of a thing. You know this ground has been desecrated. You wanted to see what was there. And so the magic of this world shows you what was there. Or whom. Well, until they lost their head, limbs. Very messy manner. Bandibus, you're not going to have to go looking for Ariana. You see her demise in a moment, in a flash. Something rips her apart. An instant that seems to last an eternity. And oddly enough, for the very messy manner of her death, there's no blood spatter all over the room like you'd expect. That many arteries, arterial spray is a thing you've seen before. But this doesn't do that. Swift, in an instant. Visible darkness swirls around. Then all that's left are pieces, which fades.
He shakes. He is shaking as he stares at this point in the room.
Tipping goes up and tugged a little bit on your robe and is like, Bandabras? Friend, you
First, this
there?
was professional. Now it's personal.
What happened? What did you
What
see?
happened?
I don't have many friends. I have less of them now.
Happened here.
Ariana, she was brought here, killed here, dispatched here. I have seen it. Casually, with disdain, casting Dispel Magic on the Desecrate at 7th level.
I'm going to check a thing. Yeah. See, here's the thing. You would know that Dispel Magic isn't going to do anything to desecrated ground. You need to consecrate it. Which is a hollow spell, a religious spell.
Yeah.
Which I can do, but not until my rest.
This wasn't a convenient spot. This
There's a
was
message.
a message. One of our paladins that's missing. She of the Zandari? Would I know this? I would know this, wouldn't I? She's pretty famous.
Ariana? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And is she a Zandari? Or is she separate from the
Yes.
other paladins?
Oh no, she's a Zandari. She's
Oh
a
yeah. She's like those. Yeah.
She's not like a low level Zandari either. She's an
Yeah.
officer and she's a close personal friend of Iago's.
Yeah. But again, most likely one of the four
Oh,
that
yeah.
are missing.
One of the 4 dead bodies
Yeah.
that nobody got asked for identifications on.
This was not a trivial feat, not only in dispatching her, but in taking one of her divine blessing and twisting it into a desecration. That is what we're up against.
It's not safe to cast the scrying while that is there. Desecrate can have something hanged on it.
We'll be reaching out and opening ourselves up. I agree.
Is there any place else we can do that?
Do it and do it safely. The only thing I can think of is moving the vital elements to one of the temples. Hallowed ground.
It's not a bad idea. Javi, you have connections to the temple here, correct?
There are a number of shrines here, yes. I don't know which of them are hollowed, but well, actually, would I know whether or not
I
a
mean,
particular
Technically, the most recent shrine you were in is technically hollowed now because you spent all that time updating the wards.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I was going to say, do I know whether or not Ashra's mausoleum is hollowed ground or if it's just protected was going to be my question. So yes, I actually know of one and someone who would be willing
The
to
other
assist.
the other option for you would be to go to the shrine of teacher
Oh yeah, Vel.
teacher
Perini.
Arnfast, because he's a priest of Velthaprini, and Velthaprini is the god of prophecy and divine magics and magic in general. So
But his shrine is not nearly as, I should say, like endowed as.
Yeah, religiously based.
well, no, it is religiously based. It has the religion. It's just a very local, like it's a local parish, you know.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
And it's a poorer like, for lack of a better term, a poorer local church than the temple of Ashura the Mother. It's not, and that particular temple for Ashura the Mother isn't even the mother house. It's just a much more endowed, financially endowed, and it's, for lack of a better, you get the benefit of Velthaprini, or the more slightly possibly secure location, because, stone walls versus wood versus other things.
Plus, I can always call upon the good teacher if we need.
Yep. Malik, could you roll for me just a spell casting roll, please?
Sure. I was going to ask, would the bards know who this person is? Ariana?
Any of the bards can make, well, Tibia knows generally who she is because you hung out with some of her friends. The bards could roll a history. Yeah, you could both roll history on this one.
Well, I don't know who she is. Also, did you say a spell casting roll?
Yeah, just a general spellcasting roll. Which is, like a...
Charisma plus proficiency plus any other applicable bonuses.
Okay.
Yeah. Which for you is a +2, so...
Okay, so... It would be charisma plus a 7. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's a...
Not 20, 26.
30...
Oh, plus the 7 to that?
Yeah, 33.
Oh, 33. Oh, beautiful, this works. I love it when the dice go with the things that I like. As this conversation is going on around you, Malik, that little gem inside, just, you feel it pulse once.
Oh.
Twice. No one else can see anything. It's just, you just feel it. And a pleasant sensation just kind of comes over you. Moment. And you hear in the back of your mind the sound of something shattering.
Oh. Does it sound like, can I identify what sort of thing is shattering, or is it just sort of like...
It sounds like a mirror shattering, but it also isn't a sound, right? It's not something you're actually hearing with your ears. You just have that... It almost sounds like the shattering of a mirror, like, well, sounds like your friend would be talking to you, but instead a shattering of a mirror. And 33, and because it's a nat 20, and I like giving small things for massive success, even if it's a skill check. Right now, you cannot be scryed upon.
Ooh.
Which is a small thing that I'll give you the pure mechanics of, and I'll add to your write-up, but because of who your friend is, you will from now on have advantage on saving throws against being scrying, and if you succeed on that saving throw, you and anyone within 15 feet of you at the time cannot be scryed upon for 48 hours by anyone.
Nice. Excellent. That seems incredibly useful. So since I don't know who Ariana is off the top of my head, would it be would it be okay, like player to player, Bandabris, if I were to use detect thoughts to see what it is that you saw? Or
by all means.
okay.
Like he's in a bad place right now. So I don't think I am fine with failing the save because his mind is on 20 million different things right now.
Yeah. So it's a save that he has to make.
I relent. Like
Okay,
he is
Yeah, so you're gonna see what he saw
Okay.
in this moment. It's I mean, you've seen a lot of death. It's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
There should be a lot more blood all over this space. Like, just drawing and quartering a body should have multiple arterial spray in multiple directions. There's none of it. And it almost looks like the cuts look like a blade was made, but there's no blade and nothing was holding it. It's just smoke and darkness, and then just pieces.
Okay.
But with that, we're going to take the break for the evening. We're going to stretch, refresh, bio, do all of those good things. I'm going to walk the dog, and then when we come back, we'll see what people choose to do next. Have a good one, everybody. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We hope you are refreshed, you stretched, bio, did all of those good things. And now we are back to continue our conversation in Bandabriss's tower, which I believe you are decamping to go where at the moment?
The temple being led by Javi. But as Bandabris is gathering materials, takes off the hat, goes to his desk. Okay. As he is in mourning. Gather up those candles, that incense. I'll carry the crystal ball and the staff. Let's go find your friend.
Javier will lead folks through the streets to the temple of Ashra the Mother. And upon reaching that location, you will ask for Sister Hilda.
Again.
Or Hilder.
Hilder,
Sorry.
yeah, Hilder. The temple itself is a very simple, although stone building, and off as you approach this courtyard, it's a residential neighborhood, not the most wealthy neighborhood in the city, but by no means the poorest. You can see to the right, there's the main stone temple is the center focal piece with a statue, couple smaller statues along, engraved and carved along the lintel, along the between of the building. And to the right of the main building, there's another smaller, although still long and low, but building where you see another number of women coming in and out. It's every one of you knows that the Temple of Ashra the Mother also acts as a hospital for pregnant women and children, and so this was a very kind of normal visage for most of the temples of Ashra, more than just a shrine, but like an actual temple to her. As you approach, one of the acolytes will direct you towards, go through the main doors of the temple. Again, there's this, as you approach, there's the main vestibule at the front, and you can feel, Javi, as you enter, the warm embrace of your own magics. Still strong, still present. Your blessings upon this place have not been lost. Sister Hilda will come out dressed in this long blue overrobe with a white shirt underneath, her hair covered in a white veil. She's young for being the head priestess of this almost mother house. It's the one step down from the chapter house, right? It's the second largest temple to Ashra in this city, the capital city of the Empire of Varum. She has a lot on her shoulders. And she looks a little young for this position. Usually you know that the lead priest, most of you would be used to a woman of more established years, shall we say, taking over such a position. But she comes out immediately very pleasantly and like looks to be coming to greet you very warmly, Javi, and kind of takes in who's with you and can read the room, right? Like she's not entirely this way, please. With your guests. And she'll lead you back beyond, to the left of the main altar. Again, this is most of the temples in on the continent. The main altar is to whichever god or goddess, divine being that this temple is dedicated to, but there are always little smaller niches along the outside of that main altar to the other 6 gods of the pantheon. Because none of them can do their work alone. She'll lead you, around the main altar to the left, through a door and into, closing it behind her, a small, I mean, it's got big enough for like a seat for 10. Big, heavy wooden table with low benches and a couple, a very utilitarian kind of side room off the main temple, kind of more like a resting place for the priestesses while the doors of the temple are open, so that they can sit and wait if they, if no one's here that needs their attention. And she'll kind of like glance at the couple of young acolytes who are there and just kind of like send them off to do something, give them that kind of look of like, get out. But in a nicer way. It's like, the adults need to talk and you need to go away. And she goes, please, may I get you some refreshments? You look like this is important.
It is, and you might want to have a seat.
Okay.
One of Ashura's champions was murdered last night. Very gruesomely so.
Paladin.
Along with 6 others.
Do you know who?
We don't have all the names. We only have one confirmed identity so far of a Zandari paladin. Very well known Zandari paladin, Ariana. Beyond that, we're still looking into identities. But they were defiled most heinously in such a way that desecrated the ground around them where they died. And we were hoping to be able to use your mausoleum, since it is sanctified holy ground, as a place to counteract such magics.
Of course. Please, is there anything else you need?
At this point, he'll turn to like Bandabris and Thorn. Now is the time to ask.
Is it just time? I have materials for the spell.
Just as a precaution, both mechanically but also because of the name of the spell, I am going to cast Bless at, let's see, to get everybody, I'm going to cast Bless at its 3, then plus another for each above.
Yep.
I recall. So I will cast Bless at 3rd level in order to bless those before we go into the scrying, and just to further bolster with Fasti Tetu's magic this place as a sanctuary protected by both nature and the goddess, the mother.
Three is a very interesting number at this moment. Three very powerful divine individuals. Now drawing their attention. The work of Bandibus. Javi, could you roll a... Javi and Thorn, could you both roll a religion check for me, please?
It's 17.
Good enough. Bandibus, you're going to get a +2 to this spell.
Okay.
Because the gods like you in this moment. Beyond whatever Bless gives you. So basically you're going to be doing a lot.
Plus a D4.
Plus a D4. Well, no, actually all this is just going on the save DC for whoever you're scrying on, right?
Yeah, it's a save DC. Normally they would be considering all the conditions at a +1 to their save. So if you want to make it so that it's an additional -2, they'll be at a -1 for the save.
Yeah. Cool.
And then if you'll let the bless pull a D4 away.
Yeah, I'll roll the D4 and we'll add that to whatever minus
Okay.
of whatever there.
For Brandibus starts this ritual.
So -3.
Okay. So, Theo, you were saying?
Oh, before Brandibus starts. I know I'll give you a hard time, but I think you are the person to get this. Find these people, get that lead, and we will deal with whoever or whatever killed your friends. I believe you can do it. I'll give you bardic inspiration for that, mechanically.
Hold on to that in case something slaps back.
Yeah, I was going to say just in case.
Hold on, I'm doing math in my head.
And I think she'll take out Jalzan and just kind of like very subtle, like calming with a very she's playing with a very soothing kind of like rhythm to it, just to kind of get in that mode of concentration, relaxing, and clarity.
Just as a note, I will step within 10 feet of Bandibus, as that adds a +5 to any save you might need to make.
Yeah, you
on the slap back. I assume I'm within 10 feet of everybody around this table.
Well, I'm assuming, did you do this upstairs around this table,
No,
or did you go downstairs to the...
We're going
The
to the
crypt.
mausoleum. Yeah, and there's in preparation, like candles will be set. There's going to be a few extra steps on this one, as I am going to take a piece of chalk and we're going to mark a circle outside and then inside, symbolically. As I'm doing so, I'm going to cast non-detection on myself, because fuck them. And
Well, here's a question before you do this. Well, I mean, you still might choose to do this, but Malik, have you told anyone about your little
Nope.
discovery? All right. Good to know. By the way, but yes, you do mechanically know that you cannot be scryed upon, and no one within 15 feet of you can be scryed upon.
Okay. Even with that in mind, I'd like to cast Sanctuary on Bandibus.
Sanctuary is a personal spell.
Oh, is it? I thought it was
No, you can cast it on a person.
Oh,
one
you can?
creature.
But the problem with Sanctuary is you can cast it on a creature, but the problem with Sanctuary is you would know this. The minute he casts a spell, it's gone.
Oh, well then never mind. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
May not cast anything offensive, which a scry
Is
considered.
offensive.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
And so I mean, I would usually that would be a great idea, but in this instance, because you would magically know that this wouldn't be
Okay.
beneficial in the long run.
All right.
So you've cast non-detection on yourself,
Yeah.
and you're going to cast scry.
I also have mind blank up, so funsies. Because that one lasts 24, and we cast that previous.
You did.
So, yeah, I may still get slapped, but it's going to take a lot of work.
Yeah, we're prepped and ready.
This is the most protection you'll probably.
It's not the most, but
Well, not the most, but
here we go with a scrying. It will be a DC 23 Wisdom save on their part, as
Thank
I am
you.
using the book.
Good to know.
And with the necklace, the target is Pilter.
The target is Pilter.
Yes.
Okay. Hold while I... Okay, so the target is Pilter. I need to check something. Oh, you put that in the thing. I'm going to rule that he doesn't get a save because he's currently unconscious. Or asleep. You're not 100% sure, but you can focus on him. You can focus on him, and you can see Pilter in a small halfling in a room that's darkened. He's laid out like a corpse, arms crossed, serene, but he's not dead. You can see the slight movement in his lung, of breathing. Very shallowly, but he looks, and he's arranged in a very particular manner. He's also dressed in a very particular manner. All undyed cloths. Not white, not any particular color, but pure linens that are undyed. So lots of beige going on here. The space in which he is in is stone. The bed that he is lying on is a very just simple kind of cot. You can't see within 10 feet of the target. Yeah, you can't see anyone else around him, or even you can just kind of see where he is lying on that bed around.
Bandabris is taking severe mental notes, not just of the location, but more so Filter as well. And then he's just going to ask a very simple question. We can go to him now. Are you ready?
no.
No.
Yes.
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 Teleport.
Yeah.
I have
Let's
lock.
Let's not end up in a mountain.
Let me just check a thing.
We just end up in the ocean.
Let me just check a thing.
You can see. I mean, yeah, there's.
You have your
I mean,
It's better than nothing.
It's a place you can see.
we're
No, it's a
going
place
in
you
the
viewed
direction.
once. This is the important thing. It's a place you viewed
viewed
once.
Yeah.
Good, we've seen where we're gonna die.
If we
Roll that D100.
we just have to get if we see it, that means like, yeah. Oh,
Roll the
boy.
D100.
Oh boy. Oh no.
20.
Oh no.
20 is a mishap.
Oh no.
20 is a mishap. Ooh.
We have.
Yes.
Can I
So,
roll that?
Yeah. How about this?
Bardic
by the way,
inspiration?
I'm going to say no, because that doesn't work on a D100. That's not
No,
going
we
to help
have
you.
the-
But I
Okay.
will say that you have
the
5
gifts,
points
gifts,
in
much
chat.
Gifts.
You have 5. You have 5 lucks in chat that you can use for a reroll.
Actually, I will use my personal because we may need those for other people. Since I still have 3 points of luck.
It's gotta be all right. It's a good 80%. That'll be better than. Damn it!
28.
This is the dice talking. Let's see. Let's
the
let's.
dice have.
So
Roll20
here's
has
the fun.
hit-
Here's the
oh.
fun thing. All of you are going to take 22 force
Oh.
damage
Shit.
Okay.
as you do appear where Filter is.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But
That's
You
worth it.
crash
I guess.
into the floor in the middle of this circular space, and the teleport. Well, the reason you failed in this teleportation is there was a circle already built, one that you didn't know about, one you didn't control, one you have no power over, that hijacked your spell and directed you directly into this moment. You can see Pilter through the wall of force that's currently surrounding you. You can hear a loud shriek of an alarm going off. So I
Well,
think
we're
that
here now.
I think the music needs to change.
Well, of course you say.
And then I need to ask what you want to do.
I got nothing for a wall of force.
I have nothing for 24 hours for a wall of force.
God.
Unless
I mean, I can.
I'm going to talk to her.
Talk to who?
The book.
Oh, the book.
I'm sorry that Ariana is dead. I am sorry that I have to inform you of this. I am fairly certain that right now we are all in desperate danger by those that are responsible for our demise. I need you to cast Disintegrate on this wall.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
Flat. You might use your bardic inspiration on this one.
I will use inspiration on this one. Because persuasion is not his strong suit. As we can see, that's 1d10. What's the inspiration die?
Should be D10.
1d10, I think.
Okay. I'll use my personal luck to re-roll the persuasion check.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna keep that 3 though. We're not rerolling.
I will keep that 3.
We're
So
at
that's an 18.
She is very, very reluctant. She doesn't like destruction. She finds it abhorrent.
Mm-hmm.
But she can also hear the alarm, and the fact that you're trapped behind a wall of force doesn't sit well with her, and she does kind of like you. So, what everyone will see is the book that Bandibris is holding lift out of his hands. The pages start fluttering, spinning. The book itself starts to rotate flat in space, and you just see a bolt of bright yellow light streak out of the book and hit this wall of force. Now, I have a very important question.
Mm-hmm.
I need to check another thing. All the things, and I didn't, it's like I was prepared for some things, and then I wasn't prepared for this. It is... Yes, okay. It's instantly destroyed. I was wondering if there was I couldn't remember if there was a save for Wall of Force or not. it is instantly destroyed. And you see just this wall of force that's surrounding you shatter. And you are in a circular room. 21 beds surrounding you. 21 unconscious individuals. The alarm is still going off, and you see the walls begin to change and shift in color. What would you like to do?
The hell?
Actually, I need all of you to roll initiative at this point, because that was your first initial action, but now we are in initiative.
Excellent. Good.
If y'all are within 10 feet of me, which it probably is everybody since we were just inside a wall of force, you do get a +5 to your initiative.
Yeah, it was only like a 30-foot diameter, it wasn't a very big space. It was just a small space.
Yep.
So.
You get my aura of whatever.
Aura of protection or aura of life? Which one you got up?
Aura of Sentinel.
Holy shit.
Sentinel,
Okay.
that was right. Yeah.
Yeah, made an aura of alertness. You are incapacitated. When you and any creatures of your choice within 10 feet of you roll initiative, you all gain +5.
All right, so we're going to add. Vandabris is 8 + 5 is
13.
13.
Javi
Oh.
is, what is Javi?
We are ready.
13 + 5
We are
is
incredibly
18. Theo is
28.
thank you, and then PB is
PB is
also
also
28.
But well, of course, that dex. the dex
Team
are-
Fun is
yeah.
going at the same time.
Team Fun is going to go at the same time,
Yeah,
and
like-
Thorn is at 29. There we go.
I mean, you hear alarms and you gotta be ready. Gotta be ready.
Cool. Why did that do that? That should not have done that. All right.
And Malik is at 19.
Well, what?
You haven't gotten Malik yet.
I haven't gotten Malik yet. Thank you. Wait. Malik is
Oh, no, I
at
just looked at
19.
Turtle.
19, yeah.
I do not. Oh no.
Cool. Wait, why did it not? It didn't save. I'm just gonna do this because it didn't want to do that. All right. And then, why are these not? Okay, we're just gonna remember. We're just
Yeah,
gonna
okay.
remember. Everybody remember their turn order because the order tracker is not working, and I don't feel like fighting with it. All right.
Okay.
But I need to roll their initiative, and they have a thing. They have a no. Doesn't have that. Okay. Someone else has that. That's good to know. Okay, so well, that's a shitty ass roll for them. Thank you. For who's ever writing that for me. All right. Thorn, you're up first. As
So were we in a individual one that was around Tibian's friend, or was this a wall of force that surrounded all the people in the room? Like,
no, it was like a concentric circle. So you couldn't see. All you could see because of the way scrying works, you can only see 10 feet around.
Right. No, I understand.
So you saw Tibian Pilter, and that
Yeah.
was where you were targeted to. But because
Yeah.
of the mishap, you instead got pulled into this very center of this room, which
Gotcha.
had a teleportation circle, and the teleportation circle is only 15-foot
Gotcha.
diameter.
And it had a wall of force around it.
Once you teleported in, the wall of force went up to keep you away from everybody else, and the alarm spell also went off at the
Okay.
same time.
Doors, entrances, or is the only way in or out for this on this teleportation pad?
Roll me, your awareness is
Yeah, I'm alert and unsurprisable.
alert and unsurprisable. There does seem to be a door up in the wall, but there doesn't look to be any easy way to get to it. And
Like high in the wall.
Like 20 feet up.
Okay.
It looks very much like a cylinder. There's the teleportation circle, which you're standing on. There are the 21 beds that are surrounding around you, with the 21 divine. Well, you're assuming they're all the divine casters who
Yeah.
are missing, all dressed in this same kind of very undyed linens. on very simple cot beds, and nothing else that seems to be in this room except for that and the door that is up 20 feet up the wall. But you hear the alarm going off.
Quick question. In this time that's occurred, would my bless still be up? It's only a minute.
Yeah, I would say no, because he had to roll the persuasion for the book.
Gotcha.
And your bless was before he even attempted the scry, rather than teleport.
Yep. So I am actually going to I'm trying to think who is going to be doing attack rolls. I am going to cast Bless on myself on Tibian. Who else is like attacking with a weapon, like weapon rolls, weapon attack rolls, not spell save rolls?
No one else, really.
Okay, so we'll do it at first level, and I'll do it on myself, I'll do it on Tibian, and I will do it on Malik. Looks scary. I'll do it on Malik. So you have a D4 on all your saves and
attacks.
Nice.
So that's my action, and then I am going to take the dodge action. So folks, take the. I'm sorry, no, I can't do that as a bonus. I'm sorry. I am going to hang here and see what happens next.
You're going to watch everything's going on. Team Fun, what are you up to?
Oh man, I'm not magic though. I'm still gonna go do it. I'm gonna go run over to Pilter, and I am going to like shake him to wake him up. If he doesn't, I'm gonna try and figure out what the heck. Try to, I don't know.
It will take
medicine.
It's not you have ungodly movement, so it doesn't take all of your movement. It would take a normal humanoid sized person's movement, but it doesn't take yours. He is asleep, he is unconscious, nothing you do seems to wake him up, but he is breathing.
Okay, hold on. I know I'm not really a magic user. However, let me just read what this does real quick. I'm going to... He is still breathing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's inane, but I'm still gonna do it. It would make me feel better. I'm gonna tap the Rod of Alertness, and I'm gonna cast Detect Magic on... I'm just Detect Magic. And I would like to see if he is being affected by some sort of magic, if I can.
Yeah, he is being currently detected with Detect Magic up. The alarm spell is going off, you know that. You know that there is a teleportation circle that is currently here. You know that there is a, that he is unconscious in a sleep that doesn't seem... It's not an active spell, it might be a potion that's keeping him that way. And
okay, so
the effects of potions get really fuzzy with Detect Magic, in my opinion.
It's like a magic that is like in him and no like threads essentially reaching anywhere.
Yep.
It's how I imagine seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all encompassing inside of him. Okay. I'm gonna look over and just do like a quick glance at the other bodies to see if I see that same sort of like...
Yeah, it's all the same kind of thing. It's the same, all the same.
I'm as I like cast that quick glance, I am going to tell my friends that they are all being affected by some sort of sleeping potion. I am not certain, but this is not a magic that someone has cast upon them. Exactly.
Sleeping potion?
potion.
I'm just the messenger. I'm not magic.
All right.
And with that, I am just going to stand alert. And it's not like I have another action, so I'm just gonna stand alert and like growl at anything that gets near me.
Growling.
And
Good
that's
to
a
know.
bonus action, right? It's my held action, growl.
Held action to growl. Growling is a free action. You may
Oh.
growl as a free action. Spitting is a bonus action. Growling is a free action.
Keep that in mind for next time.
You have to target. It's kind of a thing. Cool. Cool. Oh, I did math wrong on that. All right. Doesn't matter. It wouldn't have changed much. Then we've got the other half of Team Fun, Theo.
Yeah. Well, if we had enough time, I could take care of them one by one, but it seems like we're going to have some company, so everyone get ready. And I will use my mantle inspiration, so everyone can take places. Use a reaction to move wherever they want to, and get 11 temps. She'll take out her convention, and I will hold an action for a spell.
You're holding an action for a spell. What is the trigger and what spell are you holding? By the way,
The
this
door is closed, right?
Yeah, the door is closed. There is, by the way, this space is no bigger than 50 foot in diameter.
Mm-hmm.
And
And I'll position myself to be facing as close to the door as possible.
Mhm.
Anything hostile comes after. Makes hostile intent after us. Or makes mention that they are the people that are holding these people. I will use this spell on them.
mm-hmm.
I'm going to use
Cool.
And that'll be my turn.
That'll be your turn. Then that leads to Malik.
You said the only exit is a door that's like 20 feet up?
Yep.
Okay, what is the makeup of this room? Like, what are the walls
It is
made of?
it
What
is
are the
a
beds made of?
stone. It is a stone circular room,
Mhm.
50 feet in diameter. There are beds that are at points along. They're equidistant from each other. There are 21 of them. There are 21 unconscious individuals lying across them. You are standing, when you landed, on the teleportation circle, which is in the center of this space, in the center of this room. And a teleportation circle only has a diameter of 15 feet. So that's where you all are. The wall of force was around you, separating the teleportation circle from the rest of these people that are currently unconscious or sleeping. Mostly sleeping. And then in one portion of the wall, you're not sure exactly where in relation to everything else because you just teleported into a room with no other things. There is a door that's 20 feet up on the wall. I guess I should actually ask another question. Who here has dark vision?
I have blind sight.
So you're fine. That was why I didn't care. So Javi has dark vision. Thorn has blind sight. Tibian doesn't. Theo doesn't.
I have dark vision.
Malik does. Yes, half elf. You do. So you can see this door 20 feet up in the dark. But everything else is this. It is almost pitch black. There is no light source in this space.
Okay. And would we know anything about... So Tibian just told us that they're under the effect of a sleeping potion. Will we know anything about sleeping potions?
Roll me an Arcana.
Okay.
$18?
18?
You know it counts as a poisoned condition, mechanically speaking, so you would have to have something like a restoration to get it out of them without just letting it go its course, right? Like
okay, so you can't just shake them and wake them up.
No.
Okay. So, in that case...
It's not the sleep spell where doing physical damage to them would wake them up. No, it's
right.
They need a restoration or a to just in the time that
So tell me if this would work. I want to take a 5x5 block of stone from the wall and use stone shape to make a ladder to get up to that door.
Can you pop stone shape? Let's see. Stone shape.
It's on my like bonus spells. It's not.
Oh,
over
yeah.
on the
It's one of your
D&D
bonus.
Beyond.
It's one of your bonus spells because of your
Yeah.
patron. It's an instantaneous one action. Medium size or smaller, or more than 5 feet. It would not. You could do it, but it would not take. It would take 2 rounds to do to get 20
Okay.
feet.
Well, I want to start on that. So
Okay.
for now, I want to do the first half of
Mm-hmm.
stone meld where I pull the 5x5 block out of the wall. So.
Yeah.
And for a bonus action, can I get a bonus action?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Hobby.
Cool. How does Malik give bardic inspiration?
I'm muted. Did I land on my instrument?
I mean, you have it. How you land it is your choice. It's with
Okay,
you.
well, no, I'm going to say that I didn't land on my instrument, so I'm going to start playing my my Bennett to give some Bardic Inspiration to Hobby.
Cool. Javi has bardic inspiration. Then Javi is up next.
Now that we know it's dark, I would like
Yeah.
to use my movement just to sort of move out of the center of the room and like over close to the door. And I know I can't take the hide action, but basically like squat down between 2 of the beds, since now we know it's a low light condition. To
Yes, I'm
that it's
sorry.
not that.
I should have been more clear in describing it. That totally makes sense. You can go right ahead and do that.
Yeah,
That was my fault for not describing the
no
room.
worries.
Javi.
Javi is going to pull his. He's going to walk over to Pilter to begin. My regular walking speed is 45 feet. Plus, I have my reaction. If I
Yeah,
wish to use it.
you don't need that. I mean, it's a 50-foot diameter space. So it's 25 feet from.
The
No,
middle,
it should be
yeah.
bigger than that. Hold on, it's 15. It's 25 from the edge of the it's 50. It's 25-foot radius from the outside of the teleportation circle. I wasn't counting the teleportation circle, so it's
Gotcha.
65 feet in diameter.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, but from it's 20. You're fine. You've got space to do that. You're fine.
Yeah, I will move to Pilter, and with my primary action, I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration.
Which will awaken Pilter. He awakens screaming. Screaming angry halfling. I'm off to do a thing. I should do a thing.
Does he look injured?
No, but he doesn't look like he's tracking real well.
It usually calms people down. I'm going to use one of the charges from the cloak
Yep.
to cast Healing Word.
With a healing word, you see him begin to calm down, and you see what looked like little lightning sparks coming out of his hair start to subside, which would have been good because lightning on a simple might cause a fire. That would have been bad. But yes, he is not tracking. He's very not with it, but he's here.
And that's everything for me.
That's everything from you. Then Bendibus.
Immediately casting Mage Armor and putting up my Abjuration Ward.
Yep.
So those trigger at the same time. Movement action, flipping open the book. There's light now.
Yep, there is light now. In your space.
And seeing the teleportation circle, just looking up at the situation. Grab the unconscious, bring them here. I don't care if you have to pile them. I can use this and get us out of here. All of us.
Now it's my turn. Which is great because Bandibus gave you light in this 65-foot diameter, perfectly circular space. you see what looked like perfect ceiling drop to right in the middle of you all. We should give ourselves a little bit of a map. I can give you a little bit of a map for a treat because this is a thing. And we're gonna go to let's go 70, which is 70 is 45, so 8 or 9. 1, 2, 9. Right. And then the smaller circle, which is just 15. There. Alright, I'm going to put you on this new map, so that you have this very simple map. Very, very simple map. So you have inner circle, outer circle, and then the door is 20 feet up over here. And what emerges and drops down is going to appear. Let's just put yourselves wherever you wish.
Oh, shoot.
On there. You are going, well, you're just going to see a shape, very oddly shaped thing drop down from the ceiling. No, Javi, you have to be inside the circle. No, not the small circle, the big circle.
Oh.
The big circle is the
Okay.
wall. The small circle is the teleportation circle. I did try and count 9, so if it's not perfect, I will fix it, but...
Got it.
X is the door.
X is the door 20 feet up.
Yep.
Um,
So he's probably about right there.
and the not so very nice thing that drops down upon this space right here looks like a tall, made of stone, large thing. It rolls instead of walks. You hear it crash into the stone of the ground when it hits, not hitting the teleportation circle intentionally, and begins to move around the space. And it will move towards, well, we've got Javi and we've got Theo and Thorn to one side. We've got Tibian and Javi to the other. Bandibus is in the middle. Malik is also in the middle trying to build a ladder, right? Cool, so we're just gonna roll a d3 because it's complicated decision making. 1, it's gonna go after Theo. Hi, Theo.
Oh, yep.
And it is just gonna literally roll up on you. It's
Well,
very tall. It's gonna roll
it-
up on you. Hi, what?
How tall is it?
For mechanical purposes, it's about, it's about 9-10 feet tall. For mechanical purposes, it counts as large.
Like 20 feet up?
It can reach you.
Okay.
It's not a problem. It has it has a lot of issues. That's not one of them.
Oh, does this thing trigger whatever I'm doing?
Huh?
The
Yes,
spell,
seeing,
yeah.
if you had a held action, you can
Yeah.
trigger it as you see it. It is a giant stone rolling thing that, if it wished, could put its hand through that door that's 20 feet up in the space.
Okay, cool. Alright, she'll take out her command and just kind of just look at this thing down. Why don't you just join the rest of the wall? And I will use Pulse Wave to.
Ooh, Pulse Wave. What is it? It's a Constitution saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It probably is a pretty good, but it has to make a 19.
$17. It will roll, however,
Mm-hmm.
and be pushed. That may not be helpful, however. So you push it away, and it does what kind of damage?
66 force damage.
All right.
$22 points of force damage.
You see it kind of chip as it hits the wall, but I need to roll a D100. 59. Oof, that's not good. It will hit one of these unconscious individuals on the beds that you have. Just to give you a... that's not going to work. That doesn't look good. That's...
Yeah, all the way around the outside.
Yeah, there are 21 of these people, and it's going to run into one of them. And it will just on its action, just because it rolled into them and they automatically fail their saving throw. Ooh, this is not good. This is really not good here, people.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood spatter coming out of one of what hit, because it just happened to roll into them. That's what it does. And it's going to take the rest of its movement and continue in that direction because you pushed it away from it. Now it's just going to roll towards Tibian and literally roll up on Tibian and attempt a
Yeah, good job warding it off. You just fucking killed somebody.
You don't know yet, but baby,
I thought you said there was a splatter of blood.
there was, but you don't know if they're dead. There's
I don't
blood.
care. I'm still gonna make her feel bad about it.
This is fair. So that's a 27 to hit Tibian.
Yeah.
So you will take 25 bludgeoning damage, and I need a DC 17 strength save.
Hold on.
You still have 5.
Hold on.
You have 5 luck points.
I also may have my own stuff. I
But
meant
you're
to
also
make
blessed.
a
You
cup.
got a D4 on it. I'm not sure it's going to help much, but
Yeah. I meant to have... Oh, here we go. Saving throws. What do I have here? When I make you fail... All right. I'm going to spend a key point to reroll this to start with. I'm going to have the D4, but that's not really going to do much for me, huh?
not going to get you there.
I'll roll it just to roll it, just so I feel better.
To feel better?
Yeah.
Oh, look!
I rolled a 4. Oh, look at that.
A 15. You are currently knocked prone as this giant wedge of stone comes around from the side of this spinning thing and just slams down upon you.
Okay. If it goes for another attack, I'll stand up, but otherwise I'll just stay down.
It does not at the moment.
Okay, at the moment.
Then that leads to back at the top of the round. Thorn, you see this big big stone thing get shoved away from Theo, slam into one of these beds, a lot of blood, and then continue rolling right into Tibian, and then just boom! Tried to make Tibian a pancake.
Where is Malik? You're over near the door because you were going to make a ladder, right? So you're
Right,
next
yeah.
to me.
Mhm.
Are you fast? Are you fast like the others are fast?
I've got 30 feet movement, so I'm not super fast now. But I do have Misty Step.
That'll work. Thorn, having seen you just pop this thing out of the wall and having seen this now roll over someone and now very concerned the amount of damage it goes near, I run over to you, pull out of my little holster on the side of my thing and a movable rod and go, use your magic, put this, mold stone, put this inside of it and press the button.
Okay.
I assume, I mean, 5 feet of movement that would take up for me to get to Malik.
Yeah, that's within.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I can't. No, I can't. Well, I can get there, but so. What I want to do is I'm going to be moving over there, but I know, things sort of happen simultaneously. I know they don't really happen simultaneously. It's 55 feet to get to this thing.
Yep.
Basically, I want to move with Malik because me with my shield. So to sort of give Malik some protection as, I know it usually takes my action, my action and my rest of my movement to get there, but because of my shield, I want to move with Malik over to as they go over there. So that's what I want to do. I want to coordinate my action with Malik in case this thing tries to, or anything tries to stop Malik.
Okay.
I want to be able to use my shield to
Yes,
help
I will
armor.
allow that, and I won't even impose the penalty that this is technically a held action.
Yeah.
Because technically a held action now uses your reaction, which I found. But that's Thorn.
So or clear the way since I'm ahead of them, but you know what I'm saying.
Yep. Thorn.
Since my shield is moving around me and I have my weapons out.
All right.
That's it. That's everything I can do.
That's everything, and now we're down with Tibian. You just got hit by a big old rock with arms that's rolling.
A big old rock with arms. I was checking if I had anything else I could do. How you said this room was 50 feet wide?
65, because I didn't take into account the diameter of the teleportation circle.
Okay.
And technically you're
action.
prone.
Yeah, that's a full action. Yeah.
But that's not a problem for you.
No. I am going to 60 feet. So a 60-foot radius. So that would be 120 diameter.
I'm sorry, not radius. It's 120. It would be a 65-foot diameter.
Okay.
Because it's 15. It's a 15-foot diameter around the teleportation circle. So the teleportation circle is 15-foot diameter. The rest of where these beds are is a 25-foot diameter from the edge of the teleportation circle to the wall.
Okay.
So 25 50 plus 15 is 65.
If I circle around this thing, like not leaving its reach, it doesn't get an opportunity attack, right? As I'm just circling around it.
If you circle around it, it does not get an opportunity attack, no.
All right, I'm gonna circle around it. Stand up. Circle around. Go to this side and just close to the next to me right here.
Mhm.
I'm gonna plop down the rod of alertness. That is going to cast a bright light of a 60-foot radius. And in that 60-foot radius, it is also going to cast give everyone who is friendly to me +1 bonus to their AC and saving throws. And also I can see anybody who's invisible, but that's whatever.
He's not invisible.
So-
He's real visible.
Yeah, he's real visible. And I'm gonna do that there. And give everybody that hopefully a little bit of help. Circle back around to where I am. Not putting myself between this thing and Pilter specifically, because I want his anger to be towards me. And so I'm just gonna stand next to Pilter, but not in a way that he can hurt Pilter while he is bucking up. Speaking of, I'm gonna say, all right, you cranky old halfling, it's time to wake the fuck up and let's go over to Pilter.
He is awake. He is
Um,
also no longer, well, he's mildly freaked out, but not horribly freaked out.
Yeah. But like he's, head shaking, so snap out of it. And that was my action. And so for my bonus action, I guess I'll spend the key point and dodge this round.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Then Theo.
This thing's large, right?
Yes.
Is Tibian in its space? Within it's a 10-foot square.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Tibian can be because Tibian's a halfling, so it doesn't matter.
If you're going to do something that requires dexterity, that is, I literally have about 12 things I apply to dexterity saving throws, so feel free. If it is strength, however, please don't do that. I'm really bad at strength.
All right. Shoot. I'll have to apologize to that person later if they survive, but we have to take care of this thing. And then she will, with her hands, just summon a sphere around this thing. So I'm going to do a wall of force around this thing.
I need the thing. Okay, so you're swarming it into a dome around it. You can't be a full sphere.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be a sphere.
Yeah, sphere of 10-foot radius.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have it doesn't. That would have to go through the floor.
No. It can be through the creature, and the creature just
No,
goes on the other side.
for a 10-foot sphere.
It says
doesn't-
you can
it-
make it
it-
into a dome or sphere.
Up
Yeah.
to 10 feet. Up to 10 feet.
Yeah, up to 10 feet. So you would have to go up around it 10 feet.
I'm in the hamster ball.
Yeah, I'm hamster balling this thing.
Yeah, you want to hamster ball it.
Yeah. I mean, I can intersect it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure something out.
If it cuts through the creature's space, I'm going to do it 5 feet up.
Creature space, when it appears, the creature is pushed to one side of the wall. Your choice which side.
It is inside.
Nothing can
Yeah, so it
physically-
pops it into it, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying
Pokeball.
is but I'm saying is because it's a large creature, it's gonna be the size of the ball. I don't think you can get it that big. if it's a full ball. If you make it a dome around going up and over, then you don't lose the space underneath. That makes sense.
If it's a 10
Because
by
if
10
you-
foot,
okay,
it's a large creature.
Wait, why
though.
would you need to lose the space underneath if you make it like a bubble so that
Yeah,
the
a
bottom
bubble.
of the sphere is
Yeah.
on the floor?
Because the sphere, that's what I'm saying, is like if you put the sphere so that it's a dome, then it goes all the way around on all sides except
Oh,
underneath
no,
on
no,
the
no.
stone.
It says if it touches, if it cuts through it.
Yeah, you can push it
goes
on. If it
inside.
cuts, where you put the wall, it will push it up. But the problem is because the creature is so large, and you only have
It's a
so much space of
large creature.
It is a large creature, and because it only
10 by
has so much space of the force of wall of force, pushing it up is just going to push it up above the top of the wall of force panels that you have. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So because like.
Can we capture it inside the wall of force?
All right. So
If
yeah,
you-
I
if
could do
you-
it. If
you-
it's not
if-
okay, if it's not a sphere, it's gonna be 5 foot above cutting
you-
the thing in half.
Because it is
4
a
sides.
because it is a large creature,
Mm-hmm.
and it is
1, 2.
or
1,
10
2,
yeah
3,
a flat sphere
2,
flat
3,
which is 10 by 10 foot
4,
panels, or a sphere
2.
but you don't have enough like because of the height different what you need to go up and around, because the creature is large. If you
Yeah.
tried to hamster ball underneath it, it would push up. You're correct. It would, if you went through the middle, it would push it up under on the far side of the thing. But it would still go up above because you can't shrink the creature, right?
it wouldn't hit the top. It wouldn't like get
No,
compacted. Like,
because that's
his
the
knees would come up.
No, because it doesn't have knees and you can't physically.
Oh, it doesn't have knees. Oh, okay.
No, it's a giant
Damn.
ball that it's rolling around on, which is why when it got pushed, it rolled right over
All right.
somebody.
So 5 foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So it's a 10. It's a cylinder. It's a not cylinder. It's a rectangle or
Yeah, I mean, like you can make a dome and just have the bottom of the ground.
Well, with 6 squares, you can make a cube, a 10 foot by 10 foot
10
cube.
foot cube. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna do that.
Or you
yeah.
can make,
like a tall
because
cube,
it's
like a tall-
10 foot by 10
Prism.
foot panels.
Yeah, tall prism, like
And
5
so a
feet
cube
above.
would be a 10 foot cube. Or does it need to be, or you can, again,
still
since
have
you've got
extra
10 of them,
space.
you can make 4 more. You can actually make it
Yeah,
you can make it a 20
foot.
foot by 10
Yeah,
foot
It's a prism.
rectangle.
Yeah.
shoebox.
Yeah.
So if you want to
a
make it a
shoebox.
vertical
Yeah.
shoebox,
Yeah.
that you can
weird-
do. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that the way it works for a sphere, you didn't
Yeah.
have the space, but with a vertical
Okay.
shoebox, it takes up the less space.
Okay,
because
yeah,
it's a
shoebox.
large creature. You're still not going to have a top on it, but that doesn't really matter because it.
I can have a top, right?
Yeah, I think
If
you
it's 20
can.
foot.
I mean,
Yeah.
You do.
You do.
Yeah.
Because it's 6 and then you just do another 4,
Yeah.
which is 10.
cool.
Sorry, spatial stuff is weird.
Yeah, no, it's
Sorry,
it,
engineer.
Yeah. Thanks, yeah.
it's a spatial thing, but I'm also looking, figuring
Yeah.
it's multiple spatial things that we're figuring
Okay, so
out.
it's like it's a very weird space because now there's like a pink purplish like glowing prismatic like shoebox with this thing inside it 5 feet above the ground.
Because that was the other thing I was about to tell you is this thing. When you do this, you discover that it physically cannot be changed in shape.
Yeah.
And I'm just letting you know that it is a thing that you discover when you're messing with this, that it is immune to changes of its shape, mechanically speaking.
Yeah.
Cool, that's your turn.
Yep.
But it has a save.
Does it have a save?
Well, it gives you a
That's to escape,
That's
I think.
just-
Oh, to it, yeah. Why is that doesn't seem so? Why is that? Why did that pop up? That shouldn't.
The wall of force can't be changed shape, or the creature can't be changed shape.
The creature cannot be changed
Okay.
in shape. She knows that. I don't think anyone else does yet.
Okay.
Yeah, that should not be there. There's no It doesn't have a safe. I was like, there's no safe for this. The wall just goes up. All right. The wall goes up. You have a wall. It is in the cage.
Okay, there we go. That should buy us a few moments just in case we can get everybody where Brandis wants it. That'll be my turn.
That is your turn.
Yeah.
Then next up is Malik.
Shit. Well, there went our plan.
I want my rod back.
Yeah, you can have your rod back.
We might
Thanks,
still
Theo.
we might still need that just in case. This might be temporary.
How temporary?
If we can get these people out, we won't have to worry about that, will we?
Okay. Well, I'll use my second half of my turn to make the rest of the ladder and put it up.
Yes, why don't you continue your ladder building?
Look, what? Do you have a better idea? Putting the thing in a damn box?
It's
that
not
we
doing
can't
anything.
use
Bring the people here and stop bickering.
Why don't you move one of the people there so we can get the hell out of here?
What
And I
are
want
you
to keep
doing?
out this box up.
Fine. I'll finish
okay,
with my
like-
ladder and use a bonus action, I guess, if I can, to use my movement to drag one of the people over to Bandabrus.
You can moving a person is half your grabbing them is a bonus action, but it's a half your movement to move them.
Okay, and I can't move with the second person if I use Misty Step, right?
No.
No, it's just you.
Okay. So then I'll just do what I can to, pick up the person and take them as far as I can.
So you're going to Misty Step. You're going to finish your ladder. You're going to Misty Step to them, and then you're going to grab them and then start moving them towards you. Or
Yes.
something. So you'll get 15 feet.
Okay.
I imagine that this is still going on as
I-
this thing is like it's
Definitely. Back and forth.
Then
People
it comes to Javi. You're up.
Okay. So the ball is contained. And
now.
people are moving other people?
Mhm.
Is that what's happened so far?
Squish dude.
I'll go look at the pool of blood.
You don't need a medicine check. This individual was unconscious and did not get to make a dex save and took 62 points of damage and is currently
Are they
roadkill.
dead or mostly dead?
Roadkill. They're dead.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Gotta love that death cleric.
Oh, revivify.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't need the components for this.
Mm-mm.
It's a little jarring as this individual immediately reawakens. They are at 1 hit point and not looking good.
As a bonus action. Healing word. From the cloak.
Ooh, but that's 2 spells. Spell, if you cast a spell as an action, you can only cast a cantrip. Or you cast the cantrip as an action, or you cast the spell as the bonus action. Unless you're a sorcerer and you have quicken spell.
Is this spell originating from an item, or is it a spell originating from the caster?
This is a spell coming from an item. I'm not
Okay,
casting
then
it.
the item it can count. As...
Yeah. That's why I said from the cloak.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My apologies. I honestly did not hear that part. In that case, yeah, it's not a problem. So
That's why I was confused. I was like, I didn't think items did
No.
that.
no,
but-
items can't. Items are fine. That is my part. I did not hear that comment about it being from the cloak. With the cloak, they're still a little bloody and a little messed up. Well, I mean, they're a lot messed up, but they're not actively dying.
I will, and I'm assuming that was somewhere, over by where Fio is?
Yeah. Well, it's actually like right about where you are right now. You know,
Okay.
in the pathway between Fio and where the giant spinning
Gotcha.
gyro
will-
force.
I will kindly direct the person to go stand by the wizard in the center of the room.
Yes, they will immediately do so. They're a little confused as to why they're bloody and in massive amounts of pain, but they're gonna go follow your direction because you saved them.
And that'll be everything for me.
Then that leads us to last but certainly never least, Bendibus.
Because this takes a goddamn long amount of time to start casting, I'm going to start casting it now because I don't know how long the Law of Force is going to last. So teleportation circle is in the midst of casting. You've got 10 minutes to get everyone's butts here.
Cool.
It's going to be close because Wall of Force is 10 minutes.
It's gonna be 10 minutes. Hopefully.
As
So-
I begin the chanting.
So you're chanting, you're holding. This is the first round, because again, we're just gonna do second
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
first round of the teleportation. And the start of we're going to the top of the round. We're gonna keep in the round order just so I can keep good track of
Yep.
the numbers.
This is going to be 60 rounds because it's 6 rounds in a minute. So it's 60 rounds.
No, it's
No, it is.
yeah,
Wait.
sorry, I did math. I was thinking Witcher for a minute.
Oh, it is. Wait, is it?
Yeah, it's 6
A
minutes.
round is 6
6 seconds.
6 seconds.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's right,
it's
okay.
6 seconds, and it takes 10 minutes for both, and both of those are concentration for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So sorry, I was still stuck in Artelsturian Witcher math, where a round is literally 3 seconds, and I was like, wait, it's not that long. No, it is that long. Sorry.
Can we keep our initiative, but just skip ahead until there's anything that might interrupt
Yes.
us moving people
Yeah.
to the center?
Yes.
Rather
So-
than try and go around the table for every single round.
Yeah,
One
that's
of
what
the
I'm
things
saying.
that
That's what I'm saying.
I'll quickly do. I can get 9. I'm going to go play Duck Duck Goose and use 5 healing lay on hands to remove poison to get at least 9 of these people moving on their own.
So you'll have that's 9
Because I have
rounds.
45. I have 40. Well, no, it's bonus action each, so it'll take
Yeah.
me less than it'll take me because it's 6 minutes, 60 seconds in a minute, so it actually takes me 1 minute from.
Well, it's 9 rounds, regardless, because it's even if it's a bonus action, it's
Yeah,
still
in 9 rounds. I'm sorry. Yes, 9 rounds, which is basically a minute.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
go around and Duck Duck Goose 9 of these people so that they can move themselves
Yeah.
there and then start dragging.
Yep. All right, so 9 people are moving under the power of Paladin. Tibian, Malik. Malik is still dragging 1, so it's going to take you. It takes you 2 rounds to move 1 person to the center.
Right. So I finished dragging that one person to the center, Misty Step, pick up another person. That's the end of my round.
Yep.
So
Well, then yeah, because then exactly that's what you have to do, and then it keeps working like that. Theo.
All right. Similar to Thor, and I'm going, Duck Duck Goose, Lesser Restoration on somebody, and then I'll continue playing, and use that burn a Mantle Inspiration to make people move their reaction.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so that's going to move. That's 10 people that are moved, 11, 12. Filter moved himself, that's 13. Javi, Tibian.
I can also use, because this place is dimly lit.
Well, it's
has
now
lots
bright
of
light now because of the rod that Tibian puts up.
You mean the book?
No,
Well,
the rod.
The book is dim.
The book
Oh,
is
the
dim.
rod is
Tibian.
locked. Right.
Yeah, mine is bright.
Can you put that out?
Sure.
Because now
I'll
I
pick it
can
up.
teleport 60 feet
Oh, that's right.
as a
Oh.
bonus action.
Oh.
Nice.
From shadow
Slip
to
through the
shadow.
shadows.
From shadow to shadow, I can shadow step and jump around the room. Jump
So-
around, jump around.
I will say it will take you 5 of these 10 minutes to get everybody into this teleportation circle.
Okay, that's fair.
So you have everyone in the teleportation circle. Here's going to be your problem. This is why round order is important.
Yeah.
Theo's Wall of Force is going to collapse in moments before Bandabris is going to finish this spell.
But I go before it.
Gonna be a scary, like 3 seconds or whatever.
It is going to be very scary,
Yep.
but I go before it.
Yes, it does, but you're also doing something. It'll be very interesting to see what happens.
Oh, shit.
Ooh. This is when our rod, our movable rod can help.
Just get ready, just for that split second, just to.
Literally, because we're at the top. I'm at the top,
Mhm.
so before it drops.
No, because the rod won't pierce the wall of force.
No, that's what I'm saying. Ready in action, as a reaction.
Okay.
But
Actually, Malik.
it won't affect the creature either, because she said that the creature can't be changed.
It's immutable.
Oh, immutable. Okay, but we could put it right in front of it. I mean, basically.
What does the rod do?
It basically it cannot be moved by anything.
Oh, okay.
It literally is a sky anchor. We can. We've got. It was going to take you 2 rounds to build a thing, dude. Start build a wall.
I actually have something called Wall of Stone that I can use.
Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Wall it in behind the wall of stone, wall of force, wall of stone, a movable rod between in the straight line, so it can't charge. I mean,
So
Nice.
we're gonna fast forward to this moment, as you've been very, very tense, as the wall of force shatters, dissipates into smoke. The wall of stone has just gone up. You hear the spinning of it gong, and it's going to go through this wall of stone like it's not even there.
yep. Hit the immovable rod.
Which leads to a very important, actually, it will lead to a very important question about an immovable rod.
Uh-oh.
I've
What
got
does
it right
it do
here. I
when
can
it-
pull. I can link it. I think
No, but I'm just asking about the diameter of it.
it can do 8,000 pounds of weight.
Which, interestingly enough, is is enough.
Damn it! Okay. All right.
Is enough. Oh, but it doesn't stop, so it has to make the strength check.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Like, there is a strength check to try and overcome the immovable rod. It's stupid. You shouldn't have one, but there is. And because of that, it's just going in a straight line. It has to make the strength check.
Yeah, it's a DC 30.
Please, thank you, not. Just be in front of it.
Woo!
Oh boy.
With a 21, it's stopped, and you can hear it rolling, right? The ball is still rolling, and you can see it trying to move. Bandabris,
Yeah. Poslov, now.
Osalov. Very good.
Nice.
I need you to roll a spell check.
Oh, crap.
Because we've had this time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm responding to a mechanic though. It's never mind. I was gonna say whether or not I would have kept Bless up. Probably not while we were doing all this, and I was while doing everything else. I can't honestly say I would have kept that. Thorn would have kept Bless up.
I mean, that's fair. That's a respectable answer. I appreciate you.
Yep.
24.
You will succeed and overcome what felt like an anchor weighing you down. Now roll a d100, please. As you're you're going directly to you're going to
I'm
Posilov.
using
You're
I'm
using
using the
Posilov.
teleportation system network. No.
Not again. I'm
Not
learning my
again.
lesson.
You do not need a d100. I do need a d20. Actually, hold on. I need a D30.
16.
Good to know. Thank you very much. As you and this room disappears, everything disappears, and the light of the teleportation circle at Posoloff begins to pulse, and the camera sees it, the sigils on the teleportation circle light 1, 2, more, another, until the entire circle is alight. Then people begin to arrive as a number of dwarven guards begin to encircle the space. That's where we're going to end for today. How we doing? How we feeling?
Dude,
I see.
somebody, big bad evil guy owes me an movable rod. That's all I gotta
Oh
say.
no, it's no.
A bit. Well, you know, sometimes this is what happens when you try to put stop a stone juggernaut with an immovable rod.
Hey, worth it.
It is. It is not a bad thing.
I was gonna say 10d10. I don't want nobody taking that.
That's
Including
that's the, you know, that's it. You get a saving throw.
Oh, that's what that was. Oh my, what?
Yeah, that's why he
Oh.
the guy who got squished, the guy to get revivified is it just rolled over it, and it takes 10d10 bludgeoning damage on a failed dex save and half as much on a success. Yeah, it was great.
Mean. Those are mean.
So we're gonna go around, do all of those important things. Players, remember you can drop your links in chat. I will go last because I have wonderful things to share with all of you, all of those good things. But why don't we go in reverse order? So we start with Pope. Hi, Pope. How are you?
Hi. So right now my pulse is very fast. As that was tremendously tense. I hate that Geodude with a fiery passion. And I am very grateful to Lynn that Theo is apparently a Pokemon master. So for that, my thanks. And yeah, another really intensive day of story, and I'm very grateful. And thank all of you for being here. We're a live vlog YouTube studio. It's nothing without its long answer. Much part of this is VR. And if you've gotten this far in the YouTube, hashtag fuck that Geodude. And if you want to see more of this silly face, you get a number of opportunities throughout the week. Most of them following around Prax like a puppy. As tomorrow we are back for Witcher Roads Home, 8 p.m. Eastern for more trouble in Mahakam. The trouble has more names now. That's good. However, it's a lot more trouble than was first anticipated. So definitely tune in for that. And see more of the experience that is Lord Math. And then Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern over on Wandering DM, something completely different with Montreal by Night. Things are also tense there as someone is acting on their clan curse, and there's a giant conspiracy on top of trying to maintain the masquerade. So if you want to see a lot of poor unlife choices, come on down. We'd love to have you. And then be back here Saturday for more of this amazing crew and this fantastic story between Javi sparing that poor stain their existence, um, Malik having strange and terrible powers, Tibian finally being reunited with Pilter and always being the fastest halfling alive. Theo continuing their bickering, but also saving our butts. And Thorn, who we're in post love. If any place is going to have a replacement for your removable rod, it's here. And so, with that, take care, everyone, and I'll see you soon.
Indeed. And indeed, Postoloff would possibly be the place to get a replacement for your removable rod. The dwarves of Postoloff are one of the finest enchanters in the world. Are the finest enchanters in the world. But that leaves the other half of Team Grumpy. Hey, Hannah, how are you? How,
Hi.
feeling okay? Things
I'm
okay?
doing great. This was so much fun. Very, very intense. As Pope said, the heartbeat going very fast. I'm Hannah. You can find me on Twitter at HanimationArt and everywhere else on the internet at Hanimation Studios, or you can find my online store at hanimation.shop. Next week, I'm actually going to be at WasabiCon. So if you're in Florida and you like conventions, you should come and see me. But other than that, you can find me on Saturdays, 1 p.m. Eastern over on Wandering DM playing Scion with the lovely Lynn. And then Saturday evenings back here to play some more high-level D&D with the Song of Agapia's Fortune with Prax. Thank you so much, Prax. This was so much fun.
I am glad you're having fun with this. I'm having so much fun. I love these kind of small revelatory moments where we get to find out more and more about your little friend in the back of your head. Or at least the things that they do for you. That shifts us over to Team It's Complicated with Thorn. Hi, Jay. How are you doing? How's it
Doing
going
great.
for you?
That was fun. Always like to try to have clever ways to do rescue missions, and that was very cool. You can find me all over the internet at Tallsquall, and can't wait till next week.
Indeed, I can't wait till next week either. It'll be a lot of fun. That leads to Team Clutch Savior with Javi. How you doing, Chris?
Walking on water over here.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Or shadows, more accurately. And
Yeah.
no, I'm doing great. I feel like Javi's probably going to need to start collecting on the favors that he's racking up by keeping people alive here pretty soon. But you guys can find me on Twitter at Chris Geary. You can find me here on Saturday evenings. And you can also check me out at Start Playing if you want to jump into any one-shots that I'm running or potentially hit me up for a campaign. I've got a Castle Falkenstein and D&D 5e coming up at the end of the month, one-shots. And check them out.
Go play Castle Falkenstein with Chris. Now that I've subliminally messaged all of you, the first half of Team Fun with Lynn. Hey, Lynn, how are you doing? How's life going for you?
Doing good. This was fun. Wall of Force is always it's the fun spell, but it's always a spatially complicated spell.
Yes, it is a spatially complicated
But
spell.
it was fun. But it's just so much. I think we had so much fun. Thank you. Thanks Hobby for not leaving that person permanently mushed.
Also, I'm just gonna say you're real lucky that you put that up in the first round, because a stone juggernaut just goes in a direction at 50 feet. It just keeps going. And so there are 21 unconscious individuals who would have all auto failed their dex saves. That would have been a really big mess. You saved a really big mess. Javi saved the small mess. You saved the really big mess.
Well, that's good. That's good that I know that now.
Yeah, but she also caused the really big mess in the first place. So,
I mean, maybe. Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
But yay. And
Yay.
where can we find Did you do the where we can find your stuff?
Oh yeah, Lynn, Gremlin Art, pretty much everywhere, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, where you can find my art and what I'm doing throughout the week. You'll see me next time on actually Friday for on YouTube for Gana Games, Bleeding Kansas, where we're fighting some werewolves on a gambling ship. It's a fun time, but it's not a fun time for our vampires. We are scared. We are separate. There's a bunch of werewolves. Our poor ship. Our poor ship. And on Saturdays with Hannah for Scion, Birth of New Gods, where we're demigods now. So we have a little bit of power and a lot of complications that happen with that. And back here.
Indeed. Come on back, which leads us to last but certainly never least. Hey PB, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. I got my filter back. It's great. We're feeling good about what's happened. Though actually, Tibian would actually be excited to be in a dwarven city she's never been to before. So I can't say I'm nervous about it. All these people starting to surround us. Because Tibian is like, look at all these new friends. So I'm very happy. I loved gruesomely but beautifully described scene about what happened to Ariana through Bandabrus's true sight. I love the decision for you to choose to give that information to Bandabrus, despite, and not being strict on what the spell says, but rather narratively come up with something really cool. And Bandabrus immediately being just like, oh, I'm gonna fuck some shit up. I love that. You can find me over on twitch.tv/pbplaysinside pretty much throughout the whole week. And on Saturdays, obviously here. Also on Wednesdays, you can find me over on my friend Nilly Line's channel over on Twitch also at, oh God, I think it's 6 p.m. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do a book podcast for about an hour in which we talk about the chapters of a book we just read. And right now we're both reading through the Twilight series because she's never read it and I would like to share memes with her. And I'm very excited because I'm getting to the point in the story where I can start actually sharing memes with her. So it's going great. If that's of any interest to you, feel free to stop by the channel and hang out. We also post over the podcast over on YouTube at the Nilly and PB podcast. Obviously, I know that one really well. It's totally not a new channel. So if any of that is an interest to you, feel free to stop by. And that's me.
Indeed. You should check all of these fine people out because they do wonderful, wonderful things, and not the least of which is come join me and tell stories with me, and I love each and every one of them for doing so. But as for me, hey y'all, you know me. I'm at Deirdre Dunlin on Twitter, or Praxagorth as me for you. See me around here on Twitch, your friendly neighborhood Prax. I get to tell stories with my friends. It's great. Tomorrow, we'll be back at 8 p.m. Eastern for Witcher Roads Home. Yeah, things are complicated in Mahakam. If you thought, you guys just dumped yourselves into activated a teleportation circle into Posolov, and possibly more the guards are, reacting because, unauthorized teleportation versus kinslaying, alchemical poisons, necrophages, and a big hole in the wall. Two big holes in the wall of Dwarven City. It's complicated. But that's 8 p.m. Eastern here. And then Monday, like Pope said, over on Wandering DM for Montreal by Night. Hashtag not the Ravnos' fault, and the Ravnos is not causing a problem. They're fixing all of these problems. They just don't give a fuck anymore. They weren't a masquerade breach. They didn't cause any problems. They didn't murderize anybody. They might get a speeding ticket, but that's not the same thing. Just saying. And then back here on Saturday again for more Song of Agapia's Fortune. But also, if you're here and you're hanging out, hey y'all, I've set up a Ko-Fi. I've got a a goal set up there because I want to try and commission some character art for these wonderful people because they all deserve it and their characters totally do deserve it. So if you want to check that out, that's where that is. You can also check the panel directly below me under here. I've also posted a new game that I wrote on my itch. It's set up, it's using the StorySynth platform, and it is a way in which you can tell. StorySynth is a platform where you can use to tell narrative stories with your friends over the internet. For the Queen, the Quiet Year, all of those types of card game based systems, it works really well. Check it out over there. It's called the Royal Children of Troy. You know, do you help your brother brother Paris, you know, run off with this chick named Helen? I don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. You'll find out. And then you can also check out the YouTube, which if you've missed anything, you want to check out the VODs, that's where that is. They're all in nice playlists. They're all set up. It's great. Check them out. And then last but not least, I did a cooking stream last night. It was entertaining, I think. A lot of people had fun. If we like that, I might try and do some more with that, maybe. We'll see in the near future. We'll put a pin in that, but that's, I think it turned out pretty well. You should check that out. But other than that, check my Twitter because I was posting where I'm going to be and the fun, wonderful, fabulous folks like these fine people that I get to play with every week. So until next time, we should raid someone, and I was just looking that no one is up, which is poopy. Anyone? No, I don't think anyone is up. All right, so we're not going to raid anyone. We're just going to say goodbye and good luck. And until next time, everybody.